Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about the development of 2.6 and patch 3.0 in Star Citizen. That was supposed to come out in 2016, but it doesn't look too sunny for that, I think. If we look at the past development timeline, we actually see we get a patch roughly every 60 days or something, which is actually going towards the live servers. As we can see, 2.5 actually dropped in August the 25th, and 2.4 actually dropped in June 10th of June. And also, as you see a little bit before that, it's roughly every 60 days except the very first patches, I think, which were pretty rapid. But now we actually just have like 2 months for 2 big patches at this moment. I mean, it's the beginning of November, we got like 60 days left, and we don't have 2.6 or 3.0s on the live servers yet. And SQ42 is just testing the balance changes for the ship weapons and the new flight mechanics right now. I don't think they're actually testing Star Marine right now, because we will probably have heard a bit more of it, even maybe some kind of a write-up or anything. But I expect that Star Marine even needs a lot of work and gets a lot of feedback as well, because CIG really wants to nail it. I mean, they delayed it by a year and a half, and they don't want a half-assed game right now to actually show to the press and maybe get some bad press, or They really want to have a good solid thing right now, because otherwise it is like, oh, they took like a year and a half for it and it's still a half-assed game, which is not very good for their image. So they're not settling for anything less than a very solid game right now. So I expected that to be like a month and a half at least or something in SQ42 testing, or at least in the PTU, maybe open PTU if it takes so long. But that is really going to cost some time right there. And in that time we even have to get 3.0, at least if we want to believe Chris Roberts. He said we are going to get that in 2016. But they haven't shown an awful lot about 2.6 even. I mean, we have seen the head stabilization and we have seen the teaser at Gamescom, which was supposed to tease a gameplay video which was hopefully coming at CitizenCon, which is kind of a bit of speculation, but that is actually some kind of build up for the hype. So you actually show a teaser and then hopefully at CitizenCon you can show a gameplay demo. That is what didn't happen. So we're a little bit in the content rut right now. We actually get a live stream in November from CIG, and Chris Roberts also said that we won't see a SQ42 demo at that point in time. He actually said that after CitizenCon he just had a few minor bugs to fix, but I think he actually doesn't want to fix just a few minor bugs, but really wants to let it feel like a perfect demo. So really a golden standard which he can show to the fans, but also use internally to show the devs like, oh look, this is what bar we want to reach, this is the full vertical slice where we need to go. And to make such a vertical slice you actually need a lot of techniques, like really the very latest techniques which you will have in the game. For example, they're still very deep in development for the planetary environment. So we are at version 2 right now. They're working on version 3, which is obviously not finished yet. But they're also working on techniques like DirectX 12 and Vulkan, or whatever they will choose, which will actually allow a lot of more draw calls to be made by the GPU, and which is a very low leveled API, so they cannot actually optimize the game and actually know a bit more what they can do and what they can't do. So that is really important if you want to make a vertical slice. You want to have as much as the final techniques in. Sure, you can develop a lot more after the vertical slice, but you want at least to do the best of the best you can do at this moment to actually create it, because it's basically just a very high bar you want to set, especially if you're Chris Roberts. show it to the people so they get the very best image of where they need to go. So with those three things still happening hopefully this year, I obviously don't think that will be the case. So I do think 2.6 is coming this year, I mean at least in the Evocati testing, but it will probably require some good amount of time to actually get it right. 3.0, that's just the biggest patch we've ever seen in Star Citizen. I mean, we get the full stand-on system, there is so much to do. We get a new netcode in as well, which will increase the FPS for quite a few people, so it just doesn't calculate all unnecessary stuff which you don't see anyways. So that is really important there, and that actually requires a lot of testing as well. They probably need 2 weeks or a month of Evocati testing, or at least PTU testing for that as well, to get it maybe stable and just don't drop it on the live version. Like, there we go. So that's going to be a really tough testing phase right there for 2.6 and 3.0. And well, I just prepare you guys and myself, 3.0 is not coming this year. It's probably coming in January or February, which is still a little bit of time off. Even if we get the live stream in November and another live stream in December, we might get a SQ42 demo with the anniversary sale, which will be timed very nicely for a marketing perspective. But maybe not for Chris Roberts, because Chris Roberts actually said, hey, I want to fix some bugs, but he probably thinks like, okay, I just want to set that golden standard and don't want to cater around an anniversary sale, because let's be honest, they don't really have to care about money at this point. I mean, they have to care about a very solid game. They don't want any bad press if they have a solid game, if it's with the anniversary sale. If the choice is like, okay, we need a SQ42 demo for the anniversary sale, or we need a very solid SQ42 demo, then the choice is very obvious for Chris. I mean, he will go for very solid SQ42 demo, and maybe even build around an anniversary sale around the SQ42 demo instead of the normal anniversary sale or something like that. So yeah, that's a lot of speculation. That's pretty much my prediction. I don't want to be the guy who says, okay, 3.0 is coming this year and be disappointed in the end. I just want to prepare everyone, including myself, that it can be a little bit rough this time in development, where such a lot of systems are really coming together, and to make them fit, that is actually the hard part right there. So yeah, if you want to stay updated, subscribe. If you like it, give a thumbs up, and I'll thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So on the left you can see the CitizenCon recap, which was the biggest event this year from CIG. It's a small little recap to get into development again if you missed out and you actually know the latest development update of Star Citizen. On the right you can see the demo of CitizenCon recapped, which is pretty short. It was actually a 1 hour demo, but I cut it down to like 15 minutes. So yeah, enjoy, and if you like it, hit that like button.